Yo guys, what is up? My name is Gian and welcome back to FPL Tribe. In this video we're going to have a quick look at our Gameweek 13 scores and how we got on. I'm glad to say we had yet another green arrow moving us up all the way into the top 30k at the moment. Really going to push hard to try and finish in that top 10k. That is the aim still for this season. So in this last 4 or 5 weeks I really had such good weeks. I can't complain. After making a terrible mistake with captaincy, Harvard's over Salah, it's really been going good and the team is really performing. We do have 2-3 transfers in this game week. Couldn't decide what I wanted to do, but I'm going to talk you guys through my plan and what I might be looking to do. Just because the team is looking so good at the moment, I don't feel there is a need for a transfer, but I also don't want to waste a transfer. And there's a guy that I will talk about specifically that I'm looking to bring into my team. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like, give me a subscribe, and follow me on this road to 10k. Having a look at the Game Week 13 scores, as you guys can see, moved up to the top 30k. Really we're happy with how this team is performing at the moment. I know I say this every week, but for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, we've been getting consistent green arrows and huge green arrows. All the way from 440k more or less to 30k in about 5 weeks. So there's not much to complain about the team. There is something I'm looking to change that we'll get to later. But at the moment, really happy with this team. Starting at the back of Sanchez, getting 8 points. Got a clean sheet, got the bonus point. He won't get a lot of save points just because he plays in such a good defense, but he will get a lot of clean sheets. I feel just the way they've been playing this season, they're really looking so good and really happy to have Sanchez there. Trent Alexander-Arnold, what can I say about this guy? He just keeps bringing in points game after game, clean sheet, assist, goals. He's got it all. So really happy to have him and someone that we probably will keep for the rest of the season. Moving on to Cancelo, we were really unlucky to concede that goal late. I think it was 94 minutes. Cancelo was on for 8 points or 9 points because he was in bonus as well. And then it got taken away from him. He ended up only getting 1 point. So could have been a much bigger green arrow. But I feel a lot of people's got him. So it won't really affect the overall rank. Well, if he gets points or he doesn't get points, it just looks a lot nicer if you can get guys that get points. But we know Cancelo, probably over this Christmas time, I feel same with James, they will get rested, so that's why we need a strong bench. But really happy with Cancelo being so attacking. Moving on to Reece James, really happy with this guy as well, playing in probably the best defense in the Premier League at the moment. Just the way they set up and the way this guy plays in the team, really happy to have him. He will get clean sheets. He is on a lot of set pieces. He takes a couple of corners with Chilwell being out. I don't know if that's going to stay like that, but it's something we did see. So I'm really happy to have Reece James. But like I said with Cancelo, I do expect him even maybe to miss the next game. He needs a rest in some way because we are playing Champions League. I'm saying we because I am a Chelsea supporter. So we are playing Champions League. We're also still competing in cup games. So Reece James will need to be rested because he's such a big part of the team at the moment. If we put out our best 11, he's definitely in it. So we'll need to rest him for the Champions League and the more important games. Then Tomiyasu, that actually was on the bench. If you guys watched the previous video, he did come on for Harry Kane. Harry Kane did miss because of bizarre circumstances, as you guys can see with Brownhill as well. The game just got cancelled because of the too heavy snow. So whether did play a part there, but that's why we got a good bench because Tomiyasu is really a good player. And if I could fit him in my team, he probably would have started. So really happy to get him. Even though I think Kane might have outscored him by getting a clean sheet, getting bonus points, and getting an assist. We really can't ask more for your guys on the bench. Then Smith Rowe, I think he's really unlucky not to get lots of points here. He had that header from close range. Good save from the keeper. Then Aubameyang missed the tap in from him as well, or the follow up that would have counted as his assist. So really unhappy with him. Still happy to have him in my team. He's a really good player, and I think the fixtures coming up for Arsenal is still really good. So happy to keep him. Then Mo Salah, our captain for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Really happy with him as well, contributing towards his goals again. I think he got an assist this week. Really happy to just have Salah in my team at the moment. He keeps ticking over. Happy to have him as captain as well, because a lot of people will captain him. I think he was 73% captain, and as I know, you need a captain. If a lot of people is going to captain him, it's better to just stay on him and not concede a lot of rank if he scores and you don't have him as captain. Then Rafinha, I feel he's a little bit unlucky not to score in this game, and I think every time Rafinha doesn't score, he is unlucky. He's just one of those players that can score every single game, and I'm really happy to have him in my team. For 6.5 million, I still feel he's the best money or player you can get for that type of money. So happy to have him. Might be looking to take him out after a couple of games weeks where Leeds fixtures turned really bad, but at the moment I'm just really happy with how he performs and the amount of game time he is getting in this busy period. I think you need guys that will play 90 minutes, and Rafinha is definitely one of those. Then moving on to one of our transfers we used last week, bringing Jota in for Havertz. I think Havertz was a good signing when we got him in, but at the moment Jota playing as a striker in Liverpool, the most attacking team in the league, and just the way he plays, he's always looking for goals, always making runs, always trying to get into the box to get his feet or his head onto that ball and score. And that's why I like Jota at the moment. For his price, he's also probably one of the bargains. At 7.5 million, you can still call him a bargain, just because he, like I said, he plays in the Liverpool attacking side and he's playing as the front guy, the main man. A lot of balls just getting into him, and as we know, Jota is a pretty good finisher, so he will score. Then Tony, once again returning, I think that's 2 in 2. Scored a penalty, yes, besides the penalty, didn't look too good. But like I said, he is on penalties, and that's why we got him. If we got Salah because he's on penalties, Rafinha is probably on penalties, Jimenez is on penalties. Penalties is part of the game, and it will happen. So I've seen a lot of people say, yeah, he didn't play too well, he only scored because it was a penalty. But that's exactly why we get penalty takers, because we know he might not be involved in the game at all. Come the penalty, he's the one to take it and probably scores. So really happy with having Tony in my team. Then Jimenez, just 2 points in a game where I think we could have expected more from him, but not going to complain. He has done his work over the past 4 or 5 weeks. So I think he's got a few more good game weeks, and then we'll be looking to move him on. Still didn't play because obviously Sanchez is back. Like I said, Kane and Brownhill, game got cancelled because of weather. And Livramento, yes, he did play. He just conceded goals. And I think he picked up a yellow card as well, ending on 0 points. Having a look at our Gameweek 14 team, as you guys can see on screen, Alonso brought in for Tomiyasu. Then we also downgraded Livramento to Williams, just because we don't have any money in the bank. So we needed to free up some funds, and that was the easiest way for me. Just because I like my attackers and I don't really want to swap any one of them for someone cheaper. I thought Livramento is probably going to be on my bench anyway most of the times. Might as well get Williams, that's cheaper and going to sit on the bench for me anyway. With Norwich looking pretty good at the moment, with Dean Smith taking over. So just wanted, before we walk through the team, I just wanted to tell you guys why I went with Alonso and Williams. So I just think Alonso, if he plays, like I said, if Alonso plays, he's probably the most attacking wing-back / full-back in the Premier League. He plays like a winger or a striker. He's always inside the box, taking shots. He's on corners. He is on free kicks. So Marcus Alonso for me, if he plays, if there was no Chilwell in Chelsea and he was playing, I would probably have him above James and Cancelo, just because he is on set pieces, and for me that offers more value. Because he will take corners, he will take free kicks, and he's pretty good at them, so he might score 1 or 2 of them a season. So really happy to get Marcus Alonso in the team. But let's start with the keeper, Sanchez against West Ham. I'm not expecting a clean sheet here. I just think West Ham has looked pretty bad the last couple of games, so there might be a chance of a clean sheet just because Brighton is such a good defensive team, but not expecting too much. Then moving on to Trent, a real captaincy option the last couple of weeks, just because Liverpool looks so good in defense, and Trent going forward is getting points every time he goes forward. So for me, a real captaincy option. But at the moment, I think we'll stick it to our perma captain, as the people call him. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, really happy to have him. Cancelo against Aston Villa. Aston Villa has looked a lot better under Gerrard, so I don't expect this to be an easy game. But I can see Man City keeping a clean sheet and Cancelo getting 6 points if he plays. I feel there is a time for rotation because the games are so close to each other, and he's also a very important he's an important player to Pep. So I feel he might get rested in this game because he doesn't want to get him injured. He wants him fit for the big games. Same goes for Reece James and Alonso playing against Watford. I feel Chelsea's got a big squad, so he might get rested, James. But at the moment he's in such good form. I just can't see you leaving him out of the team. At least we got the bench players if he gets rested. I feel Alonso, yes, he played the same amount of days back as James, but he has been sitting on the sideline for a lot more, so he's eager to play. I think if he gets the opportunity, he'll tell the coach, I want to play. He wants game time, but just because he isn't playing a lot at the moment. And like I said, he hasn't been playing a lot of football over the last couple of months, so I feel he can play 2 games in 3 days and still be ready to play at the highest peak he can. So really happy, and this is where I probably see clean sheets from the most in my backline this week is from those two if they play. Moving on to Mo Salah, our captain again for this game week. He's just so consistent at the moment, and that's why you keep the captaincy armband on him. He is scoring the most points. He is returning every single game week for the last... he's only blanked once in 13 weeks. Sometimes he even gets 2 returns, and I feel against a very bad Everton, this could happen again. So Mo Salah, captain for this game week. Rafinha against Crystal Palace. Like I said before, Rafinha, the best value you can get on this game for me. Playing in one of the most attacking sides, yes, not scoring the most goals, but they still play attacking football and create chances, and Rafinha is the heart of that team going forward. So I feel against Crystal Palace, that's on and off, playing good one game, playing bad the next, I feel Rafinha can definitely get some extra points. Jota against Everton, same with Mo Salah, a really poor Everton side at the moment, and I feel Jota playing in the middle, Mane, Salah, Trent, Robertson, all getting the ball into him. I can see him scoring another 2 goals, maybe even 3 against a very poor Everton side, defensive side at the moment. Then Tony against Tottenham, probably the one guy in this whole team that I feel doesn't have the best fixture, but like I said in the previous video, he is on penalties, and that's why we like him. He does, if there's a moment of a rash decision from a Spurs player, take someone down in the box, we know Tony will step up, and he's one of the best penalty takers I feel in the Premier League. So calm and just knows exactly what to do when he's in that position. So really happy to just have him there. 6.5 million, just like Rafinha. Can't complain about that price tag. They're getting a return every second game, and for me that's more than enough for that price. Then Kane, someone when we brought him in, we really expected more from him. We've got him in for 2 weeks now, played one got cancelled, so this is his well, I don't want to say his last chance, because we brought him in for those 4 good fixtures, but it will be really nice to get a return from Kane in those Brentford, where Brentford hasn't looked too good defensively the last couple of games. So I feel both of these teams are struggling defensively at the moment, so it will be a pretty open game, and that's beautiful for Kane and Tony, because we like when our strikers make runs and try and score goals. So really happy to have Kane in this game week. Jimenez against Burnley, I feel Jimenez is also coming to an end in my team. His good run of fixtures is coming to an end, but Burnley is still a pretty good team to face when you're a striker, and I can see goals for Jimenez in this game as well. Moving on to our bench, Steele replacement for Sanchez if he doesn't play. Smith Rowe playing against Man United. He's been in pretty good form lately, so I don't want to say I'm disappointed to put him on the bench, but like I said, James might miss, Cancelo might miss, Alexander-Arnold might even miss. We're not even sure if Alonso is going to play, definitely. So it's nice to have a backup on your bench. Then Williams playing against Newcastle. He is playing since Dean Smith moved there, and that's exactly why we went for him. 3.9 million playing defender on your bench. That's exactly what you want. You want a player that's just playing 90 minutes, getting you 2 points, sitting on your bench, costing the least amount of money, and that's exactly why we went for him. Then Brownhill, you can even put Brownhill at second here against Wolves. I feel they can score, but I feel the way Norwich has played in the last couple of games since Dean Smith took over, I just feel Williams playing on that right side is more attacking, and they've looked pretty good in defense in the last couple of games. So I just feel it doesn't really matter who's number 2 and number 3 on your bench here, but I feel number 1 is definitely in use in this quick turnarounds. So guys, that's it for me for this game week. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like, give me a subscribe. Also let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about this transfers that we're making? Is Alonso as essential as I'm making him out to be? Really enjoying this season so far. I want to name this season further Road to Top 10k. I really feel we've got an opportunity to finish there at the end of the season. Yes, it's still a long way, but we're on a very good position at the moment. Good luck with Game Week 14, guys. Cheers.